Hello everyone and welcome to this new lecture. In this lecture we will discuss image segmentation and representation. The image segmentation algorithms generally are based on one of two basic properties of intensity values, discontinuity and similarity. That means in segmentation we try to find out the discontinuities in the image and similarities in the image. So how do we find out discontinuities? To find out discontinuities in the image, what do we look for? We look for abrupt changes in the intensity, such as edges, right? Edges are abrupt changes in the intensity. So that we call discontinuity. And for similarity, we need to find out the regions that are similar according to a predefined rule or criteria. So that's what we do in the similarity, finding out the similarity property in the image. So that's the two way in which we perform the segmentation. Let's moving forward. Next we have the detection of discontinuities. So in this section we shall discuss detecting the three basic types of gray level discontinuities in a digital image: points, lines and edges. So we will detect points in the image. We will discuss how do we detect the points, how do we detect the lines, and how do we detect the edges in the images. So the, the most common way to look for discontinuities is to run a mask through the image. So what do we do? As we have done in the in the image enhancement, in the spatial domain filtering, so we used to run a mask through the image. So the same thing we will do here also to find the discontinuities on the in the image. So here suppose this is a 3x3 mask. So from there we know that the response of the mask is given by W1 Z1 plus W2 Z2 plus so on W9 Z9. So we can give this by summation I is equal to 1 to 9 Wi Zi. So what is Zi here? Zi is the pixel associated with Wi filter coefficient. So this is associating with Zi, this is associating with Z2, this is associating with Z3 and so on. All these 9 coefficients will associate with 9 pixel values. So we, for the response, what do? We find the sum of the products. So product of the coefficient and the pixel value will be taken, and sum of these all product terms will be taken. That will be our response of the filter. So that we will use to find the detection of discontinuities. Now, first discontinuity we will discuss is point detection. So how do we detect a point? We say that an isolated point has been detected at a location on which the mask is centered if our mode of response is greater than or equal to a threshold value. That means we take the mask, we run it through the image if at a particular location, if the response of the mask is greater than a particular threshold value, then we say that isolated there is an isolated point at that particular location. Now what is t? T is a threshold and that depends on the application and user what will be the value of t. Basically, this information measures the weighted difference between the center point and its neighbors. So, what actually it does, the response is the weighted difference between the center point and its neighbors. So, you see, center point is has the coefficient 8 and the neighbors have the coefficient -1. So, all these make -8 and the center coefficient make the 8. So, this is the difference between weighted difference between the center point and neighbors. The idea is that an isolated point will be quite different from its surroundings and thus be easily detectable by this type of mask. So isolated point means what? a very abrupt change in the intensity at a particular location in the image. That is isolated point. So that means we have a smooth region and suddenly we get uh, a change, and we then again get a smooth region. So this is a isolated point in this image. Similarly, we can have other isolated points in the same image. So if a point is there that has abrupt changes only at a particular pixel, then that can be detected by using this mask. So how it performs: suppose this is an X-ray image of a turbine blade with porosity. So here at the right hand side of this blade has the porosity. Now to detect the point discontinuities in this filter is run through this image. So this is the output of the filter. Now this filter will be thresholded means its magnitude will be checked for a particular value. If it is greater than a particular value, then only it will be assigned a 1, otherwise its value is 0. So here we can say it's whole black, only some portion somewhere here and here some points are there where the point we have point discontinuities. That means there is a abrupt change at a point in the intensity, right? So this is how we detect the point discontinuity. Moving forward, we have line detection. So for line detection, we have these different types of masks. For horizontal line detection, we have this mask. In this, the middle horizontal line will have the coefficient 2, 2, 2, and remaining all will be minus 1. For plus 45-degree line detection, we have the coefficient 2, 2, 2 in the diagonal direction, and remaining all are minus 1. For vertical coefficients, vertical middle line coefficients will be 2, 2, 2, and remaining are minus 1. And for minus 45-degree line detection, we have the coefficients in this diagonal 2, 2, 2, and remaining are minus 1. Now these directions can be established also by noting that the preferred direction of each mask is weighted with a larger coefficient other than possible directions. So if we want to detect the horizontal direction, then this direction coefficients are given larger coefficients, and remaining are given the minus 1 coefficient. That is, this is 2 and they are minus 1. Like for 45-degree, in this direction whichever coefficients are there, that is these three, and they are given the most weightage. So that is 2, 2, 2, and remaining are least weightage. Similarly vertical and minus 45-degree. Note that the coefficient in each mask sum to 0, indicating a zero response from the mask in areas of constant gray level. That means sum of all the coefficients is equal to 0. Suppose then this mask is coinciding with the region where the pixel values are constant. These pixel values are constant, then it will result into a zero response. It will result into a zero response. So it will not give a strong response for a smooth region in the image, right? Hope that is clear. Now if a particular region or a particular point is giving response for more than one filter, then how will we decide that this particular point is belonging to that particular direction? So for that, if a certain point in the image for that Ri is greater than Rj, that means response of ith mask is greater than response of jth mask. For all j values which are not equal to I, that point is said to be more likely associated with a line in direction of I. So if I has the largest response, the I mask has the largest response, then that point will be associated in that particular direction. Let's look at one example to understand this line detection. So here, suppose this is our image. and it has only one vertical line, this this vertical line, and this is a binary image. So to see this, so what I have done is I have taken, this is a 8 cross 8, this is an 8 cross 8 image. So I have taken this 8 cross 8 image and I have padded it with the same padding. That means all the columns are extended, all the boundary rows are extended, column is extended, here also the row is extended. So by repeating the boundary rows and columns, I have done the padding in this. And why did I do the padding? So that the resultant of this mask should come, resultant array of after performing the mask, we should get the same dimensional image at the resultant. So first, this is our mask, since it has a vertical line, so that we want to detect. So first, this mask will be put at these three 3 by 3 uh, array. So if I take the response of this, then you see this 0 is multiplied by this minus 1. So this we will get response 0. For this also we will get response 0. Here we will get minus 1 and minus 1. So the response will be minus 1 plus minus 1 plus minus 1, that will be minus 3. So that will come here. Then first we have chosen these 3 by 3 array. Then we will go for the next 3 by 3 array, so that will be this. So next 3 by 3 we will shift it by 1 in the right hand side. So next 3 by 3 is this one. So first column is 0, so this response will be 0. Second column is 0, so this response will be 0. 2 is multiplied by 1, this 2 is multiplied by 1, this 2 is multiplied by 1. So the response will be 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is 6. So that comes here. Similarly, the next will be, we move further in the right hand side by 1. So the next will be this one. So here this will be response, sorry, uh, only 3 rows will be selected and 3 columns will be selected. So minus 1 multiplied by 1, minus 1 multiplied by 1, minus 1 multiplied by 1, that will be equal to minus 3, and the response from these two columns will be 0. So that is minus 3. Now if we move further in the right, all the coefficients are coinciding with 0. Here also 0 0 0 0. So in this direction it will be 0. Then we go here, next row. So next row it will be these 3 and these 3. Again the response will be minus 3, and next in the right hand side if I slide it will be 6. Then in the right hand side if I slide it will be minus 3, and then remaining 0. So on, if we run this mask through this image, then we will get this response. We will get this response. Now here if we look at this response, then this mask is responding strongly for this vertical line. You see, for this vertical line we have got the response is 6 6 6 6, and near to that line we have got minus 3 minus 3. That means corresponding to the nearest neighbor we have got quite strong response for the vertical line in the image. So that is how we can understand how these masks will be helpful in the detection of the lines. Now hope this is clear now. Then this is one example of line detection. Here we have a binary image of wire bond mask. So here these are the wires running on a circuit, and its x-ray, its binary image is taken. Now we are interested, suppose we are interested in the minus 45-degree lines. That means lines that are running minus 45 degree. So these are the lines which are running at minus 45 degree. So we use this mask. This mask we will use, and we get the output, this one. Now at the response, when we look, you see the lines which are running at 45-degree angle that are highlighted. They have produced strong response in the output. So here we have got their strong response. The vertical lines are almost eliminated, horizontal lines are also almost eliminated, and the response of these other lines are very less. Then after thresholding, we will get only the lines which are running at 45-degree angle. Only those lines are visible after the thresholding. So that is how we can use these masks in the line detection. Okay, that's it for this lecture. We will meet in the next lecture.